Hey guys, it's Eden. So today I wanted to do a one brand makeup tutorial and I wanted it to be all Wet n Wild makeup. And I wanted to stay true to the one brand thing because a lot of times I watch one brand makeup tutorials and like only half the makeup is from that brand. So I really wanted to make this truly a one brand. Everything I use is from Wet n Wild aside from a couple brushes, and I really love how this look turned out. I love Wet n Wild because their products are so good and they keep the cost so low. And I think it's because they don't always have the best packaging. I mean, this new powder from them, I absolutely love the powder. It's really smooth. I'm going to have to use it a couple more times. This is only my first time using it. I really did like how it looks on my face though, but the packaging is like super flimsy, so I'm sure that's how they keep their prices so low. But I mean, this new foundation is a nice glass bottle, so I mean, I don't know, but I just love this brand and I wanted to show that you can get really great makeup looks with inexpensive makeup. You don't need to go spending like $50 on a foundation and all that stuff. This foundation's $5 and this is my favorite foundation right now. So every single thing on my face right now is Wet n Wild. I just did a nice, simple, everyday makeup look. I love how it turned out. I love all these products. The only thing that I don't really like is this brow pencil. I did use this today just to show you can totally make it work, but this is not my favorite thing. Everything else here I love, and I actually forgot to use this contour stick. I just actually noticed, but I just wanted to show you now because I did forget to use this in the video. I love this. This is the shade Wears Walnut, and this is the contour stick, but I honestly like to use it as a cream bronzer. It's kind of a warmer shade. It's not super orangey or anything, but I feel like it's nice as a cream bronzer. This I'm pretty sure was the darkest one. They had two other ones at my Walgreens, but I got the darkest one because I liked this shade the best. I think the other ones weren't as warm toned, so I kind of wanted to use it as a cream bronzer. So I really like this. I like how it blends out. It's a really nice little cream bronzing stick, so I did want to mention that because I forgot to use it in the video. But yeah guys, in this video you'll see all these Wet n Wild products in action. I love them all so much. This is one of my favorite brands, honestly, high or low end. I just love this brand. I love almost all of their products and they are cruelty free. They have the little bunny here, so yeah, just another awesome thing about that company. So yeah guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really loved filming it. I love how my makeup turned out. So I hope you guys enjoy this makeup look. Let me know what you think in the comments below and let's just get into it. Alrighty guys, so I want to start this video off with my eyebrows. So I'm going to go ahead and use this Wet n Wild Color Icon Brow Pencil. Mine is in the shade Brunettes Do It Better. Now this is probably going to be the only product, at least that I know of so far, that I don't really like from Wet n Wild. And it's not really like it's a bad product, just not what I'm looking for in a brow pencil. I do like that it comes with a spoolie, and I should look it up how much this is. I know it's so affordable. Okay, so this sells at Walgreens for $2. So, I mean, you can't really complain. It does come with a spoolie, which is awesome, but it's just too creamy for me. I feel like too much product comes off. This is actually the first brow pencil I ever bought. I still have it. I just freshly sharpened it because it gets dull really quick. So, this isn't like a brow pencil I would really recommend to anyone, but if you're just starting out and you just want to get like a cheap pencil, maybe you only want to use it like once for one occasion or whatever, then it's fine, but I definitely think there's better ones out there. My favorite is the L'Oreal one or the ColourPop one. So I am just going to fill in my brows with this. I'm just going to be really careful. I haven't used this in a long time and I know it gets really dark really quick. Like, it's just so creamy. It's like hard to work with. I think it's worth it to spend a couple more dollars and get one that's like way easier to work with. I'm literally using like the lightest hand I've ever used in my life and it's still getting really intense. And you can tell the pencil's already like smushed. It's just too creamy. So yeah, this is the only product really I wouldn't recommend from Wet n Wild, but I'm going to use it because I want this to be a true 100% Wet n Wild look. So I think that might be as good as it's going to get. We can roll with it this once, but just know this isn't a pencil that I would recommend. I would say go with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer or the ColourPop brow pencils. Well, the color of this pencil isn't bad though. I actually think it's a good color for me. So I hope they don't look horrible. I don't think they really look that bad. just not the easiest thing to work with. So now moving on from the brows, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do my face because I'm not going to do a super intense eye look for this. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my face. I'm going to use the Cover All primer. I've been using this a lot lately. I've just finally picked it up because I've heard a couple other YouTubers talk about it, and I thought I'd give it a shot. It was like $4 and I really love it. I don't know if it's a combination between this and the new foundation, but I've just been loving how my skin looks, and this foundation is literally my new favorite foundation right now. So I'm going to use about that much, and I'm just going to apply this to my whole face. I like to start with primers in the center of my face and then work them out to the outer portions, especially ones like this that say they're supposed to kind of like reduce the appearance of your pores. And my pore issues are in like the center of my face. I do think this primer does what it says it's going to do. It makes my face feel really smooth and I really like it. So now I'm going to go in with foundation, and I just absolutely love this new foundation. It's the Photo Focus foundation. It just came out like a month ago, I think, maybe not even that long ago. I love this stuff so much. I have it in 2 shades. I have it in Golden Beige and Desert Beige. This one's a teeny bit too dark, so I just add a little bit of this one because it's too light. It makes my perfect shade. I actually just did a family photo shoot a couple days ago, and I wore this foundation because I've just been loving it, and it has a matte finish. I didn't want to look shiny in the pictures, and the pictures turned out so good. The shade was just perfect. It didn't like oxidize or change color or anything, which is one of the claims of this foundation, is that it was tested under 7 light conditions. So it's just basically supposed to look the same in all lighting. I know some foundations you can put on in your bathroom and be like, oh, this looks so good, and then you get outside and your face looks orange, you know. This one's supposed to not do that, and I totally agree. It looks exactly how you apply it, and I just love it. So I have some Wet n Wild brushes to use also. I don't have a foundation brush, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this L'Oreal sponge. This is like $8, and Wet n Wild doesn't make a beauty sponge, and that's how I like to apply my foundation, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this. It's only $8 though compared to the Beauty Blender being $20, and I honestly think it gives you the same results, and I love this sponge. I do have some Wet n Wild brushes here actually. I have a couple of their eyeshadow brushes, and I have 2 face brushes, and to be completely honest with you, these aren't my favorite makeup brushes. I really never reach for them. I do use this one all the time, however, because it's just like an eyeshadow packing brush, and it does the job. It works good, but the other ones are not my favorite. And I actually just picked up both of these little small concealer brushes. They were 50 cents a piece. I thought it'd be a good brush to have. You could pack on color or do the brow bone or inner corner. I just thought it would be a good brush, but I think it's just the larger brushes I don't like. I feel like the hairs are too long, or they're just, I don't know, they're not packed, they're not dense enough, I guess that's what it is, and I don't know, they just aren't my favorite. But if you're on a budget or just starting out with makeup, I mean, they could work for you. So yes, I primed my face. I'm going to go with my foundation. I use the shade Desert Beige, and I use mostly this one. I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand because I am going to be mixing it with another shade. So I could probably use this one, but I feel like it might be a tad too dark for me. I mean, I'm sure it would work, but just to make sure, I have been adding a touch of the Golden Beige shade just so it's not too dark. If anything, I always prefer my foundations to be a little bit light rather than too dark. I just feel like it looks a little better. I mean, of course, it's ideal to have it your perfect shade, but if it's not, I'd rather be a little light. So this is going to look a little dark at first because my face is lighter than my body because I do exfoliate it a lot. So it's going to look a little bit off, but trust me, it'll work out once I blend it. And I always put a little bit on my neck too, no matter if it's a perfect shade or not, just to make sure everything is seamless. I don't want that line on my jawline where you can tell obviously you have foundation on. I just love this sponge so much, and I'm so happy the drugstore is finally coming out with some good sponges, because I feel like for a while all there really was the Beauty Blender, and it's expensive. I mean, 20 bucks for a sponge, like what the heck. So next I'm going to correct my under eyes. I'm going to use this Wet n Wild under eye corrector. It's like a little cushion. I've used this a couple times already and I actually did really like it. It's a nice peachy color to neutralize the darkness under your eyes. This is what it looks like here. It is a nice peach shade, but it's very light, and honestly I don't know if like the sponge is colored peach or not, because once you take it off it literally just almost looks white. So I do like it. I think it brightens my under eye and helps reduce the darkness peeking through my concealer. But it's basically just like a white concealer. But it's a really thin consistency, which I actually really like, because it doesn't make it really heavy under your eyes and make it seem like you have a whole bunch of makeup under there. So yeah, I just put that really where I get the darkness, just right on that inner corner. And I do think it helps brighten it up. So I have to see which concealer I'm going to use. I just picked up this Wet n Wild Photo Focus concealer. It goes with that foundation, and it's like tested under 7 different light conditions, and it's supposed to be really good for photography as well. So I have the shade Light Ivory and Medium Peach. I kind of think Medium Peach is going to work, but we'll see. I might have to use both of them. Oh yeah, actually I think Medium Peach is going to work. I think Light Ivory might be too light, so let's see. Oh, actually, I don't know. I guess this might be good for like a really natural look. I've never used this before, by the way. So maybe I'll mix the 2 shades, because this one looks like it might be a tad too dark. I'm going to put this on my eyelids as well. I love using concealer to prime my eyelids, just because I'm already using anyways. It's one less product to use. So. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of this lighter one. It's the shade Light Ivory, and I'm going to go on top of that a little bit. So I feel like this might be too light for me on its own, but mixed with that other one, I think it'll be pretty good. So, like I said, I've never used this before, so this is going to be my first impression. I blended it out so nicely. Oh my god. It looks so good. So yeah, I could probably get away with only using the light one actually, but I think the darker one might be good for concealing if I have any blemishes or anything, because it's like just a tiny bit lighter than my foundation. Wow. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and set my under eyes and the rest of my face, but I'm going to use this Wet n Wild contour palette. I love to use this to bronze my face up, and I love the setting powder. I mean, if you look at it, I seriously like have a huge dent in it. It's just a really good powder that I absolutely love. And honestly, what I like to do with it is just take my sponge and rub it in there, get some powder off, and kind of bake my under eyes. So that's what I'm going to do. And I feel like it doesn't even look too heavy, even though it's like a pressed powder. You might think it looked too heavy under the eyes if you bake it, but honestly, it doesn't. And personally, I think it looks good. So I always like to bake my under eyes because mine crease no matter what. I'm taking that same powder just around the center of my face, just to set it. So I'm going to let that sit just under my eyes for a minute, just so it can kind of bake in there to make sure it doesn't crease. And now I'm so excited to try this because I've heard great things about this. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus powder. It goes with that concealer and foundation. It came out in like the same collection. And the only thing that really isn't my favorite about Wet n Wild, sometimes their packaging is like super flimsy. Like this is like the cheapest packaging ever. But that's okay. I can look past that as long as the powder is good. And this powder, oh my gosh. It feels so smooth. Like it doesn't look powdery at all. I don't know. It looks like a really nice powder. And I think this is a little bit too light for me, but I got the darkest one they had at my Walgreens. This is the shade Warm Beige. It's pretty light, but hopefully, I think it's kind of like a sheer powder, so I'm sure it'll work. And I'm going to use my Wet n Wild powder brush. These don't have names on them. This brush isn't my favorite, to be completely honest with you, so I think I'm going to do this side with the Wet n Wild brush, and the other side I'm going to use Real Techniques, which is also a pretty affordable brush brand, so I don't think it's really changing the color. So maybe actually that is a good color for me. Alright, so I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques brush now. I'm going to go in now and just step on my face. I just like this Real Techniques brush much better. I think if you're just starting out with makeup or just want some affordable brushes, go with Real Techniques because they are just really nice brushes. I don't think you can beat it for the price. It feels so smooth, like in the compact, just on the face. I don't know, it seems like it might be kind of like just a really light powder, which is what I like. It doesn't look like super cakey or anything, so I think I'm gonna like it. So now I think I'm gonna move on to the eyes. I'm going to use some eyeshadow in this part. Okay, so I have this palette. This is the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette, and it's so funny because lately I've been hearing so many people talk about this palette. I don't know, like people just have it in like either their favorites at the drugstore or what they think are just really good affordable palettes. And this palette right here, it's like so nostalgic for me. I've had this, I mean, it's got to be at least like 6 to 8 years I've had this exact palette. I moved with this palette twice. Still, it doesn't look like I use this palette too much, but I can just tell those are the shades that I liked because those are the kind of colors I love to use in high school. I had to have bought this in high school, so I haven't used this and it's had to have been at least like 5 years. It's been a long time, probably way before that, honestly. I don't even know how long I've had this. And definitely when I used it, I would use this little brush that came with it also. It's something I can't get rid of, so I think I'm going to use this a little bit today on my eyes. But I am going to use this bronzer in my crease because that palette, it's all kind of shimmery shades. They're not like really sparkly, but they are a little shimmery, so I like to put something matte in my crease. So I'm just going to use this bronzer on the Wet n Wild crease brush. Like I said, this is not my favorite brush. I just feel like, see how it just, I don't know. It bends too much. It's just not the best. I feel like instead of like kind of blending my eyeshadow, it literally just bends like in half without barely even pushing. So I don't really use it much, but I will for this look just to show you can get a good eyeshadow look with this brush. While I'm at it, I'm going to take this down the side of my nose with the same brush just to contour my nose a little bit. Alright, so now I'm going to dip into the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. And let's see, what am I going to do here? I might just use this light one on the lid, honestly. I think I want to do something really simple. So I'm just going to take this Wet n Wild flat shader brush and I'm going to put this all over the lid. Wet n Wild has some pretty good eyeshadows. I mean, to be completely honest with you, I think Wet n Wild has some of the better eyeshadows at the drugstore. So it's a nice brightening shade. I actually really like that. So now I think, even though it's a little shimmery, I think I'm going to take, like these eyeshadows feel so nice. So this one actually has glitter in it, this dark one down here. But this one's just like a little shimmery. So I think that'll be perfect. I'm going to put that in my outer corner. So I'm going to take one of these smaller, it's called the small concealer brush, but I'm going to use it for this eyeshadow here. I've never used it before, so it's going to kind of deepen up the outer corner here. And I don't know if this thing's supposed to expire or not. I mean, I don't think it's going to hurt me. I really don't even see an expiration date on here either, so I'm just going to use it. But I mean, seriously, this thing has to be like 8 years old. So I'm just going to take that crease brush again and just kind of go over the edges, make sure everything's nicely blended. So I'm just going to take a teeny bit more of this bronzer, put that in here just to blend a little bit more. So now I'm going to use another product I've actually never used, and that's the, oh, I got waterproof. Oh well. This is the Wet n Wild Max Volume Plus Mascara. I've never used this before, and I've never actually tried a Wet n Wild mascara. My favorites are from like L'Oreal, and those are like $8 to $10 mascaras. So I actually just went out and ran out and bought this because I wanted to make this a completely Wet n Wild look, and I didn't have a Wet n Wild mascara. So this was only $4.99, which I think is amazing. And of course I didn't realize it was waterproof when I was in the store. Jeez, how do you get this thing out of here? Okay. I didn't realize it was waterproof in the store, but I don't think that'll really affect it. It has like cute little water droplets on it too. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but it has like the little water droplets, and this is what it looks like. I've heard good things about this mascara, so if it's only half the price of the other ones I normally use, then, and it works good, I mean, that'll be awesome. So I'm a fan of like really thick lashes and lots of mascara, so we'll see if this mascara can do that. Some mascaras do not build well, but so far this one's actually looking pretty good. I feel like my eyelashes look really good, and I didn't even curl them or anything. I'm going to go ahead and do my lower lashes as well. I really like this mascara on first impressions. So now, let's see, I need some bronzer, so I am going to use this same contour palette. I absolutely love it. And I'm going to use my normal brush that I like to use from Morphe because I'm just not a fan of those Wet n Wild brushes. So I'm going to use this one from Morphe. It's the M177. I love this brush. They're a really affordable brand as well. Not as affordable as Wet n Wild, but for brushes, they are just so good and they're not super expensive. So I'm going to go ahead and contour my face with this. I love this powder. It's such a smooth, beautiful powder. And I love the color of it. I love everything about it. I wouldn't change a thing. So now I'm going to go ahead and do my blush. And I absolutely love these Wet n Wild blushes. They're the Wet n Wild Color Icon. These are my 3 favorite shades. There's Mellow Wine, Rosé Champagne, and Apricot in the middle. They're just great blushes. They're so pigmented. I love them. I think I'm going to go with this one just because I love these kind of colors. So you definitely don't want to go heavy-handed with these. I'm going to use my Real Techniques blush brush. Just put a little bit of color on my cheeks. Love these blushes. You just want to go like tap into them a couple times, tap off your brush, make sure you get the excess off, and then go on your cheeks. So now I'm going to go in with highlight. I, for the longest time, was trying to get my hands on these Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighters and Precious Petals and Crown of My Canopy. I finally found them at my Walmart, and then I went to a different Walgreens than I normally go, and they had a bunch of them there too. So I don't know, I guess they're back. I heard they're not limited edition anymore. So if you've been looking for these and really want to get your hands on them, check your Walgreens or a couple Walgreens around you because they probably have them there now. I'm going to go ahead and use the Precious Petals one today because I just love it. So first I'm just going to take a small brush. I'm going to take the other one of those little concealer brushes that I have because I used a dark shade on the other one. So I'm just going to use this and put this in my inner corner for a little highlight. Just a little pop. I love doing this. I feel like it really just brightens up your eye and have a little bit of your highlighter in there. And you could definitely put this on your brow bone if you wanted to. I mean, maybe I'll put like just a touch. But I don't really like to have a shimmery brow bone. And now I'm going to go ahead and use this on my cheekbones as well. Just a little bit. It's very intense. A little bit above the brow. So yes, I think the last thing is lips. And again, I'm going to show you a couple options. So they have these lipsticks that I swear are like $2 or something crazy. This one is the shade Bare It All 902C. And I love this shade. These are awesome lipsticks. I can't believe that they're so cheap. They're really good. This is a matte one. I think it lasts pretty good on the lips. I love the color. It's a nice natural one. So that is an awesome option. But they also have these new Liquid Catsuit liquid lipsticks. I love these. I love the shade Give Me Mocha. I have this shade Rebel Rose, which I think I'm going to wear today because it's a nice neutral color. Then I have Nudist Peach and Nudie Patootie. These are so good. And at my Walgreens, I just noticed today they were 3 for $10. And normally they're $4.99 a piece, I think. So yeah, that's definitely something to check out if you want to try these liquid lipsticks. But I think I'm going to go in with Rebel Rose. I just absolutely love these lipsticks. If you are wanting to try a liquid lipstick but you don't want to spend like $20 on like a high-end liquid lipstick, I think these are so good. I just love these lipsticks so much. I can't tell you anything bad about them. They're just a little bit thin, so I like to go in with one thin layer and then when it dries do another thin layer, but I mean that doesn't really bother me. I think they're amazing. So if you want to check out a really affordable liquid lipstick, I mean these are just so good. Alrighty guys, yeah, so that is my one brand Wet n Wild makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you maybe found out some new products you want to check out. I just love this brand, how affordable they are, and these products are just really good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye bye.